for decades. So those sea defences have now been improved, but can they ever be enough in a climate crisis? Now, Barry Griffiths, you're the flood warden here. You can take the long view.
Well, the floods were very difficult, and it was a very determined community that survived the floods, and that same determination exists today. But in those days, we didn't recognise it as climate change. It was just something that came out of the blue. Today, of course, we realise it's part of a trend. And
what is it like living here, knowing that this community, like much of the Welsh coastline, is vulnerable?
Well, being assigned as a community at flood risk has an impact on opportunity. Our planning permission for new residential properties is suspended, and our opportunities for young people in employment is becoming increasingly difficult because people don't want to necessarily invest in these areas. But it is a very resilient community, and there are lots of things they can do.
And it affects house prices as well here, doesn't it? But do you feel remote from those decision makers in Glasgow this week?
Well, it's an issue of local and global. We do require the global leadership to reduce emissions. But here at a local level, there's a lot we can do to improve our environment and make ourselves more resilient to both flood risk and climate change.
And a lot's happening already, isn't it? Briefly, just tell me what you're doing here to make a difference, to make this place safer.
Well, we've already started a tree planting programme, and there's a large area of parkland been identified in the centre of Kimmel Bay, which will help us to improve our green infrastructure, supply well-being, improve our active travel, and mitigate flood risk. So there's a lot of initiatives taking place. We just need to engage more with our community.
So that community voice is heard in Glasgow. So that's the message from Sandy Cove, one of those vulnerable communities on the Welsh coastline, that it's not just about the global action, but we can all do something at a community and at an individual level to make a big difference.
Thank you, Carolyn Kinmel Bay, with that